Welcome to Dusty Gamers.
Today is our November 2016.
2016.
Yeah. Unboxing of our loot crates.
Unboxing.
Theme this month is magical.
Magic.
It was kind of a weird loot crate. It's a lot of high-end items and not a lot of items.
Mm-hmm.
They went for quality over quantity this month.
Right. So to get in the mood, we watched a little David Blaine Beyond Magic.
His new special.
His new special that just aired on ABC like 5 days ago, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
The 11th. It's like the 18th, whatever, a week ago.
Yeah.
And we're playing a little Watch Dogs 2 still.
Yeah, so it came with...
These are the painted ladies in the background.
Painted ladies.
These buildings are called the Painted Ladies.
Oh, okay.
This is the park that's in the opening of Full House.
Well, yeah, it's where their house is one of those.
It's not technically one of these houses. It's just where people think the house is.
Right. Well, I mean, they didn't film in a real house in San Francisco.
Well, they had a house. There's a house, like the actual house that you see where they walk in and out and stuff. There's another actual house.
Oh, is there an actual house in San Francisco?
Yeah, it's somewhere else. And then there's that. That's like because they have like a major park opening scene, kind of like when they showed like the Golden Gate Bridge. Anyways, I thought I'd visit the Painted Ladies since we brought it up in the other episode about Full House.
I completely forgot about that.
Because I still haven't visited the Full House yet.
Is it in here?
I don't think so. And the real world house, see, that's the ones I think they show in the actual like intro. The ones that are all lined up really tight like that.
Right.
I think it's these. Anyway, so what do we get in Loot Crate?
We got a Fantastical Beast. Is that what the movie's called?
Fantastic Beast.
Yeah, and Where to Find Them.
Uh-huh.
We got a shirt from them. It's a really high quality shirt. I mean, man, Loot Crate is killing it with the shirts right now. Great quality, cool looking. I'm not a huge Harry Potter person, but
like hasn't read the books, seen the one movie.
Yeah, I owned the books. I never finished them. I was not a reader when I was young.
They weren't a thing when I was a kid, so
yeah,
I didn't get forced to read them. I love the movies though. The movies when they came out, I realized it was like eating really sugary cereal. Like it's like not the most amazing meal in the world, but it just brought you back to your childhood. You just kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, a
little bit of cereal. It's like cereal and candy.
It's a little bit different for me. They came out when I was younger.
Right.
I wasn't too. Someone's having sex in that car, I think.
Oh, is that banner rocking?
I think it was, or just kind of clipped.
No, you're just hearing stuff. Oh wow! I put that away.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about the Harry Potter series. I just never watched it.
They're magic.
So, today, I did not realize what the Loot Crate theme was for this month. I
kept thinking it was mystical because that's what the video gamer one is.
Right. I kind of missed it this month.
Missed it.
Right. And just, it kind of...
Magic.
So... when you're like yesterday when you're like it's mystic or whatever, all I could think of
it might as well have been mystic. It also had the Doctor Strange thing in it, which was
we're
all
gonna get
mystical.
All I could think of was the ICP video you made me watch, the magic one.
Oh yeah, miracles.
Yeah, miracles. Which I guess is
magnets. Magic. How do they work?
So then you already brought it up, so we got the Doctor Strange Q figs. Which I'm really loving right now. All the ones I got,
Is it the Harley Quinn one that looked really terrible?
See, I love my Harley Quinn one.
It had like the pet or something.
Yeah, we'll put it up.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
I like that one a lot. It had the dog and the big mallet.
I don't know. I've liked him and not liked him. Like the Hulk one looked kind of dumb to me.
See, I love the Hulk one.
They just look like terrible, bad versions of like the Disney Infinity figures.
Right. I mean, I don't agree with that, but
I don't really get the style of them that much. It didn't look interesting to me.
I liked him.
The Deadpool is a cute fig, I think.
I have a think I have an Iron.
There's a really sweet ass exploding Deadpool one.
Yeah. Then we got the Doctor Strange one, which I really like. It's really cool looking. Love the movie too, so that made it so much better.
I keep pulling the wrong trigger. I'm trying to hack on and like pulling my gun out.
Turn it down. Whenever you do stuff, it's really loud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what else we get in the box?
The Game of Thrones journal.
Game of Thrones journal. I still haven't watched. I've watched one episode of Game of Thrones, so I'm only like 700 hours behind. It's cool.
I don't know if I've watched an episode, to be honest.
I know I watched the first episode. I didn't hate it. I watched it and was like, I don't want to devote time to this right now. Like, 'cause it feels like I'm like you're gonna have to watch like a fucking ton of it, and I just don't feel like I want to get into it. Like, I have other stuff I want to do.
Right.
Which is why I haven't watched it. Like, one day I'll go on like a rampage and that'll be all I do. I'll be that guy.
Angie watched it. And then we got the Little Trouble in Big China comic book where
it's Little Trouble in Big China and Escape from New York.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It's
where Kurt Russell meets Kurt Russell.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
We haven't read the comic, so we can't really like comment on what's in the comic. Just
honestly, I probably won't even read it. I'll probably just box it up and stick it in with all my other comic books.
Yeah.
And then the pin, the Elder Scrolls pin. Which is it's Elder Scrolls Online free weekend, but that game took way too long to download, so we ain't playing it. It's like 71 gigabytes, I think. Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably large. I'd rather try to play Skyrim, but I can't afford to buy Skyrim right now with the 500 other games I bought in the last month.
And I
own Skyrim on Xbox 360 and probably put 10 hours into it.
But, I mean, that's...
Because it's not Fallout. And I loved Oblivion and I got every achievement on it, but once I went Fallout, I was like, oh, hey, I could do this, like, fantasy mystical world with like dragons and swords, or I could do a game where it's stuff I actually care about.
Well, and
like
Fallout has all the
and guns and
Fallout has all the crafting stuff too, which makes it a little bit more fun.
I don't know. I mean, when it comes down to like the basic gameplay ideas in them, they're pretty much the same crap. It's just like leveling up in a world littered with real stuff, like way too many little things everywhere. But
right.
like. One's dragons and swords, and the other's a post-apocalyptic, hellscape with zombies and guns.
Yeah.
So, the nuclear Fallout one is more interesting to me.
See, that's
just how it is.
I like all the magical. And
when Fallout 3 came out, it's like they made a video game from the inside of my brain. It's like, here you go.
I like all the magic and swords and stuff like that, but.
This stuff's okay. It's not a world I want to like envelop myself into. When if I have the choice, I'd much rather be in like a
right.
There's something about like digging around, like because you're like in real world areas, so they're kind of like in 3 you're in fucking Washington D.C. and you're like digging through the rubble, and it's kind of cool. It's like trying to figure out like how everything fell apart and stuff. What are the guys like in Jurassic Park where they dig through for like the dinosaurs?
Archaeologist.
You're like an archaeologist, you're digging through like a real world area and you're trying to figure out like what happened here at that time.
See, the thing
when the shit hit the fan, what was it like in this building?
See, to me though, I don't get that feel to it because I never played 3 or Vegas or any of that. I've only played 4. That's the only one I ever played.
4 had some of that too in it.
Right, but it was
Vegas.
It was a fake world.
Well, I mean, you're not Vegas. No, it's a real place. It's the same real place. It's just a different place.
But it wasn't a real city.
Yes, it is. They're all real cities.
Oh, well, it felt like a fake city. It felt like a general blank city. Like
No. It's based on wherever the fuck it is. It's like a real city. I honestly can't remember where 4 is right now. Because it's been a minute since I played it. No, Vegas is in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, New Vegas. Fallout 3 was Washington D.C. I guess we're Googling this.
Yeah.
And Fallout 4 is a real city. They've all been based on real cities. New Vegas was funnest for me when it came to being a city because I actually knew where everything was.
Yeah, it was Boston.
Yeah, I wanted to say Boston, but for some reason my brain.
Yeah, because you go into
right.
Fenway Park, and that's about the only part of Boston it is really.
It's all, if you look at the map of Boston and compare it, it's all based on Boston. It's just like if you played New Vegas right now, you'd think, oh, just the Strip's kind of like the Strip, but like the airport is like a major part of Vegas and like the outlying areas that are in it. Like,
right.
It's like.
I guess I just spend most of my time wandering around in the forest, and
it's
that
like
was kind of
in this game. It's San Francisco, and you kind of learn that there's more to San Francisco than just Alcatraz and the Golden Gate.
Right. I guess it was just mainly in what I played at Fallout. I basically just spent wandering the forest.
You pretty much have to
in that neighborhood,
either steal a boat or fast travel to Alcatraz in this game. So we got an Elder Scrolls pin. That's it.
And then the box transforms into a funky thing.
A Transformer box.
They're all Transformer boxes.
Transformer. Oh god,
that was terrible. That was not me.
The stupid game does a whistle. So David Blaine, since we have a few minutes left and we watched David Blaine's new special, what'd you think of David Blaine?
Well, like I said, he's an asshole. No kidding. When we were talking about it, I mixed up Chris Angel and David Blaine. And Robert got really mad at me. He's was into magic. I don't know.
All right. Well, so in the '90s, David Blaine got pretty much everybody I know into magic, like doing.
I mean, even the 2000s,
card tricks and street magic and stuff. So, I mean, he's the reason I got into magic. He's the reason my friends got into magic in high school. And it was like '98. So, yeah, you can't talk shit about David Blaine around me. I'll be like, fuck you.
Well, like I said, I mixed up for some reason.
You kept throwing stuff out there, and I was just like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? You're like he seems like an introvert. He seems like he...
Well, no,
this guy, literally all he does is walk around and talk to people all the time.
Well, I mean, but you have a lot of people that that are introverts. I love talking to people, but I get super socially anxiety, and I get super nervous, and I can pick up on those little keys sometimes.
Well,
like whenever everyone was making a big deal, he kind of like turns his head and stuff like that, and I just caught it. I was like, I think he's kind of uncomfortable with things sometimes.
I mean, he's seen every reaction they do, every single one of them a million times at this point. No, this is a guy that used to just walk around to bars and talk to random strangers and get him to let him do magic for him. I mean, like legit street magic.
I mean, I do that with work, but believe me, it makes me uncomfortable sometimes. Like talking to people, like I get like weirded out sometimes, and you never think it.
Right.
Tell me about it. A lot of them are really fucking dirty, and I'm saying a lot going from me.
So, yeah, David Blaine, you're just trying to distract me right now. I feel like that's like your goal in life.
What?
Like just multiple times, like it fucking just throw me off.
It was loud. It was super loud. But yeah, no, it was really cool. I really liked it, except he did the whole bullet catching thing, which I really did not like.
I think it's interesting he's gone away from doing random people in his specials to doing like celebrities.
I kind of like it better a little bit.
Which at first, the first thing you think is it seems kind of like I don't know, kind of dickish. It's like, oh, why isn't he doing magic for real people anymore? And then you kind of remember like those old specials where he's doing magic for those real people. It seems almost cruel because it seems like he's like poking fun at real people. Like,
yeah, because he did the one with the real people with the cell phone stuff.
And like, look at these dumb people falling for my tricks and overreacting. And so like now that he's doing like celebrities, which are actually kind of interesting.
Because you also kind of feel like you know
if you're not
somehow.
if you're done seeing the stupid trick that he's done like a bunch of times, like if you're over it, you at least get to be interested in like, oh, he's doing it for fucking Dave Chappelle this time. You know what I mean?
Get
like,
your frog,
instead
son.
of like in the old specials, it'd be like, oh god, he's doing another card trick for like a random group of people, and you know, if you weren't into the trick, that was it. That wasn't interesting at that point.
Right.
But at least now it's like, oh, he did the card trick. Like, well, you didn't get to see it because I didn't show you the other special, where he does basically the find your card, but he does it where he has them cut open a fresh orange off the table, and he does it for Harrison Ford. Now, for someone like me who's seen this stupid trick a billion fucking times now, you're like, oh yeah, he's gonna cut the fruit open, the card's gonna be rolled up in it. I've seen it. It was at least interesting to see him do it with Harrison Ford, because Harrison Ford's like, get the fuck out of my house.
I thought,
which was hilarious.
I thought David Beckham was gonna kick him out.
Yeah, and even then, like, because he does a lot of repetition now, because he doesn't like, you don't want like a 40-minute special to be like 13 different tricks. So he, like, you know, like every minute's a new trick. So he kind of layers them on top of each other. So he's doing the same trick for multiple groups of people. So at least then you're not like, oh yeah, they all were shocked. It's like, oh yeah, he did it for this actor or this person.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, yeah.
I like the format that he's doing now because he just changed it. And I think it adds some interesting to the street magic.
I like this random celebrities a lot more because
I've watched so much magic for random like street people that it gets tiring.
Well, like he had a set where he did the tricks for random people with the cell phone thing, and it felt
that one you kind of almost have to do because it's just that type of trick,
right? But
all right, 3 stars. Remember when like
Grand Theft Auto?
Remember when this used to be stars for
Remember?
your wanted level?
I remember.
I have no idea why I decided to open fire on people in Alcatraz. I thought maybe I could get like escorted directly to the prison cells.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of our loot crate this month. It was pretty, like I said, it's a small loot crate. They went for quality. I mean, like the Game of Thrones journal is heavy and leather and really good quality. Shirts amazing. Q figures are nice.
So the good thing about these loot crate videos now is they work as our anniversaries. So this is the 3rd loot crate we've done, which means we've done this video nonsense for 2 months straight now.
Oh yeah, because the loot crate video was pretty much our first video.
It was our first video. It was the first one we uploaded.
Oh, was it?
The Forza one.
Nice.
With 2 months ago. So this is starting month 3.
Going every day strong for 2 months now. It's been cool. It's been a ride.
I don't think I'm going to get away from these cops. I think
no, you don't have anywhere to go. How are you going to get away from them?
It's going to end badly for my magician in training.
Hey, you got a pickup though.
I did get a pickup. I wonder if I can I forgot if I bought the hack helicopter stuff yet. The problem with this game and like any type of gunfights is this guy does not take bullets well. He dies pretty quick if you start getting shot.
Ain't going that sewer.
Like this is not. Hey,
there's a clip on there too.
He doesn't stand up to bullets very well, unlike David Blaine, who can apparently catch him in his mouth with the help of a tin cup and some dentistry.
Sort of.
Anyways, see you next time with Dessa Gamers.